Good morning, good afternoon, world. I just thought I would reach out to everybody and tell you that we have some incredibly huge news. Now, for those of you who don't know who we are several teams of very, very highly trained astral projectors, and I am so blessed to work with them. It's incredible. They're wonderful people. And we do big jobs, but today is probably one of the biggest jobs that we've had in memory. I don't remember working on something larger or more impactful for the whole world. We had a team of only 6, but and the American team flew. We just finished at 7 p.m. California time. And I don't usually do these lives, but I was pretty sure that what we did would have just impacted the Schumann resonance. I'm pretty sure that what we did was such a big deal and was so pivotal that if somebody was to go and check the Schumann resonance as of 13 minutes ago, the likelihood is that they would see a raising in the Schumann resonance. I talk about big things. I talk about crazy things. I talk about galactic politics. I talk about demon lords, and we captured one a couple of weeks ago. I talk about all kinds of things, but this was epic. And what we found actually was a Loosh collection system that spanned the entire globe. It had easily 10,000 harvesting nodes, 10,000 locations where it harvested Loosh. This Loosh network was part of every prison, every juvenile center, every whorehouse, every bikie gang den, everything that you can think of where nasty lives, it was there. And we discovered the first. We just it was a very, very well hidden network. We had I had the inkling of this network for a long time, but we only just spotted it last week when we found one of its expressions spitting out mind control material. But it was a sideshow to the thing we were doing. And so we ended up ignoring it until next week. And one of the team said, "Oh, maybe we should." I went and had a look at that. It looked pretty big. We should go back and have another look. So that's what we did. And what was it that I'm talking about? What was the thing? And it goes a little bit like this. They had all the places where misery occurs, all the places where nasty and violence and drama and fighting. Courthouses are a great place to put these as well. Is they had like an area that would take the smoke of misery, just the general feeling of misery in the air, and it would collect it and it would liquefy it, and then it would send it down these tubes. And each continent had its own tube, had its own like they're just pulling the Loosh out of the air and draining it into these. G'day, Angela. And draining it into these massive collection locations. Now, and there was thousands of sources for each collection room. Each collection room would package it and prepare it for export off Earth, or prepare it to lace drugs for parties, for elite parties here, or other crazy stuff that you would do with Loosh. But if you have a line of Loosh because they managed to connect it to powder somehow, then that would activate the demons in you, and all of the horrible things that you do at those parties would be more exciting for the demons in you. Can you just give me a hey, baby, I'm recording. Can you go back in the other room? Just a second, folks. Just a second. Where? All right. Yeah, you can tell this is alive because you know, there's always full of surprises. Now, the next part. So what we did was we sucked all of the loosh out of the system and transmuted it. Then what we do with these sorts of things, well, because and this is just the North American system was the first one that we found, and you know these things have connections everywhere, everywhere. Every city has hundreds of them. Um, and they would collect it in these locations, prepare it for export, package it, and get it moving, get it out there. They had a distribution system for this loosh. We collected it all, transmuted it, and then we have this thing that we use called a light nuke. Now, I saw one of the off-worlders use it in the Battle of Nepal, and I copied the blueprint for this because it decimated a massive area, and it only affected darkness. It only affected the nasty. So I got this blueprint, and our teams use them all the time. And so you fuel them with a bit of positive energy, and then you, just like C4, you put them in a place and watch it destroy everything it touches. And so what we did was we sent these to each Loosh collection point, hundreds and hundreds of them. We just spent ages building all of these light nukes to send back up these feed lines so that they can go to the Loosh collection point. Now, a light nuke in a prison or a juvenile center or a courthouse or a whorehouse or a bikie den or whatever, or a criminal gangster place or whatever, you know, like wherever these places are that nasty. If you set off a light nuke there, you're going to catch a bunch of demons in the act. You're going to change the mood of the area. You're going to, you know, you're going to hit and destroy a whole bunch of bad guys while you're at it, and make those places of nasty, those places of loose generation, just a little bit sweeter for at least one day, you know. If that doesn't end that location's capacity to generate Loosh forever. We don't know. It was an interesting experiment, and I'm pretty sure that we changed the Schumann Resonance, because not only did the first one we did was the North American Loosh collection network, then we did the South American one, then we did the African one, then the Eastern and Western European one, followed by the Chinese one, followed by the India and the Middle East one. Russia had its own one, and Australasia had its own ones. The island nations of Asia and Australia had them. And we just completed each of these, the whole lot. And we set out these light nukes. We set out these light nukes to easily 10,000 locations of misery generation across the globe. And then what did we do? Our team flew into orbit to watch what happens when we press the big red button for Earth. And so we flew out, we set up a few deck chairs, passed around some popcorn, and watched the show. And so the girl whose idea it was, the girl who followed up on that lead from last week, she got the honors to press the big red button. And wow, wow, wow. I have never seen anything like it. It was like golden white light, as though it's an underground fire deep within the earth, and it's trying to burn in all directions all at once. It was amazing. And at the same time, there was a sound reverberation that came out of the core of the earth that impacted everything there as well. It was, and I could hear the sound, and it began as a sound of fingernails down a blackboard, and then it transmuted into broken glass, and then that broken glass transmuted into the sound of a piano being played, and then the symphony turned into an angelic orchestra singing, and the pitch of it just kept getting higher and higher as everything we touched turned to gold. Everything we had worked on became sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. So right now, what I'm telling you is I think we just had a key moment, a beautiful moment, we just finished at 7 p.m. California time on the 29th of October. And I want you guys to check out the Schumann Resonance, because I'm sure it's just spiked. I'm sure of it. And I've been doing this for a long time, and it's rare that we get an action, a mission that we can do that has such a big impact. And it's beautiful. Not only that, right? The fact that we're doing this is the task that we've got right now. It tells us a few other things. It means that, one, we're on the front foot in the fight against the non-corporeal dark. Like, this is something that this is like probably one of the first things that they installed on the earth. And they've just been tweaking it forever, because this is the big money machine that they're using to transport Loosh off-world and pay their off-world masters. This is the thing that fuels 90% of their black magic. This is the infinite dark magic funding that allows them to pull all of the one ugly stunt after another. And so by shutting down and destroying this network, it is a loss. If you call it a business, it is a loss that they can't take. I think that this is going to be a really shattering moment. Yeah, Red Rooster, is there positive Loosh? No such thing. Loosh describes bad energy. Yeah, I'm loving everything you guys are saying. Yeah, that's sweet. Thank you, wonderful people. I do appreciate your compliments and your comments. How much malevolent AI will be slowed down? Well, I don't know. For those of you who have been watching my videos in the past, I will say this, right? The reptilians, the greys, and the mantoids are previously conquered species by the AI. The AI is invading our entire galaxy all at once, and it's done it to many before, and it literally sucks them dry. When the Yanks made their treaty with the Greys at the end of World War II, or just a little bit after the end of World War II, they got technology and they sold out human bodies, right? Good on you guys. And what technology did they get? They get the technology that we're using right now. And this technology is this international global network of computers. And what's it for? It enables the AI to invade this planet directly. And so those nasty alien species that we hear so much about, they are the forerunners of our real enemy. Now, today we just took a major, I can't say how big of an asset we just took off the dark side moments ago, literally like 26 minutes ago. We just took a huge asset off the dark side. And there are many parts of this where I wonder if they will be able to continue to operate here. I wonder how much longer they can operate here without assets like this, without installations that allow them, that fund and feed them to be here. Like back in August, I think it was, the key portal that they had, that they were punching into space-time here around Earth, we closed that, and instead now they're using, their supply lines are much longer. They're using another planet's portal, and then they gate it to a second planet, and then it comes to Earth, which just makes their life so much harder and so much more complicated. and it slows down everything they're doing. And this will slow it down even more. Pulling this facility out from underneath them undermines everything they want to do. Now, you know, of course, I want to meet more teams who are doing this. We are natural allies, and if we're working together, we'll be doing even more funky stuff. If you want to learn how to astral project and go to the tippity top of the game, come do my course. I've got another course starting in January. I've got another intake in January, and I think it's going to be a big one. If also the business that we're running here, we are the therapists of last resort. So for those people who have medical or mental health cases who they've had absolutely no luck in resolving, give us a call, because we're the ones who can handle it. And we're getting quite a run of cases up right now. We're getting quite a, what do you call that? Trying to get we've got a number of success stories. You know, what we touch turns to gold, because, geez, man, we know how to bend reality. And when one person bends reality, it's cool. When there's a whole team of us working together, it's off the charts. And today I wanted to do this live stream simply for the single reason, well, one, because I'm very excited. I think it's really cool. What we just did was really amazing. But the other reason was I want everybody to check the Schumann Resonance for 7 p.m. California time on the 29th of October, because that's the moment where we burned their key. It must be the biggest one they have. It must be the biggest Loosh collection network that the bad guys have. And we just set fire to the whole damn thing. And so I can't imagine the Schumann Resonance doing anything but lifting from here forward. Look, you know, I know everybody else loves to ramble when on YouTube. I know the other YouTube mystics spend a lot of time just talking without saying a lot. And God bless them all. I love you. Your work is wonderful. But once I run out of things to say, I don't hippie waffle. So with that, I will say, come do my course, pretty please. And if you or someone you know has a healing case that has proven untenable or unresolvable, please give us a call. Yeah, look, and how much is the course? It's cheap. I charge by the month, so it's up to me to remain entertaining, to keep feeding you good stuff, to keep giving you high quality material, because when I run out of high quality material to share with you, then you don't have to pay no more. But, you know, all of that information is on my website, believe it or not. And if you would like an invitation to my course, please put your email into the website so that I can inform you of when those courses start. Yeah, today was a really, really big mission. I very, very rarely do lives. In fact, I think this is the first one I've ever done. And so God bless you all. And I hope that you check out the Schumann Resonance and get back to me and tell me that what we did genuinely made a difference to the future of Earth. Now, if you guys don't say thank you to us, then we don't get a thank you. Like, nobody seems to notice. And I did make the joke that we just changed the course of human history. And so now what does everybody do? We just go make a cup of cocoa and go to bed, because there's nothing going on at our place. So yeah, I love you guys. I hope you're all well. Do I delve into history in the class? I do. I have studied the history of magic quite a bit to try and figure out which factions were doing what and what spells made them do this and that. But it's not part of the class because I don't like to talk very much. I like to let the meditation do the talking for me. Yeah, and so my courses are all just technique, 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 technique. I don't do philosophy, and you need to be doing a lot of meditation to keep up and understand it. Otherwise, you'll fall behind, and the whole thing will be a waste of time. Look, anyway, I'm trying to sign off. I love you guys. Stay well. Today was a big one, and yeah, like and subscribe, all of that jazz. May the force be with you. Bye for now.